Hello everyone. Dam zel yam. Today pregnancy and embryonic development implantation zo changa a blastocyst pain with their trophoblast cells and inner cell mass after they are implanted in the endometrium of the uterus. What happens after implantation? That means there will be what pregnancy on ki form di zygote. When the zygote is formed, it doesn't mean we cannot say that the girl or the lady is pregnant only when it is after the implantation. Okay, the pregnancy, we can say that she is pregnant. How? Well, let us see. Pregnancy pregnancy implant potential. Zygote comes and then it is implanted in the endometrium of the uterus of the mother. Now, how do we know that a girl is pregnant or not? Pregnancy test urine test. So what is that? What is present in the urine, which we know that she is pregnant? Right? Then we'll see. We'll discuss all those. And then what happens after they are embedded? After they are embedded in the uterus, so how is the placenta formed? Placenta, which is the structural and functional unit of the structural and functional unit which connects both the mother uterine tissues, the fetal tissues. They are joined together so that the nutrients and all those oxygen, waste, carbon dioxide, keep passing placenta ki form somewhere here. So if they are not joined, then there cannot be relationship between the mother and the fetus. So how is the placenta formed? Okay, so let us see. So just right after implantation, after implantation, what happens is that trophoblast they have to they protrude slowly. They protrude out some finger-like projections known as villi, chorionic villi. So they protrude out some finger-like projections known as chorionic villi. What is known as chorionic villi from the outer side of the membrane. From the outer side of the membrane of the fetus, they form the chorionic villi. And then at the same time, what happens is that in the uterus, there are some blood vessels. Endometrium, always don't forget that it is present in the inner lining of the uterus. And then menstrual cycle, if there is no fertilization, then it will come out as menses. But if there is fertilization, then they will start become thickened because of the progesterone. Because of the progesterone, which will be released in large huge amounts, so that the blood will thicken, so that it will be able to hold the baby for 9 months. So now uterus blood vessels cavity why blood float. So join the way a structure they will join interdigitated interdigitated with each other and jointly form a structural and functional unit, okay, with the developing. So remember, this inner cell mass will form the embryo, right? So that the embryo will be attached to the mother endometrium. So these also will come blood vessels, blood is supplied. Blood will be supplied here, and this structure, together will form the placenta. So what is placenta? It is the combination of two things. The trophoblast layer will form finger-like projections known as chorionic villi, and then structure will become bigger and bigger, and then go and embed inside the uterus, the uterine lining. And the uterus, the endometrium, the blood vessels will come, will become bigger and bigger, and then after that interdigitated it can be joined with the maternal body. A new body to join lowly a now pin nutrients, oxygen te muthei lo de male why aki join na munuha so that we can they can get the embryo, developing embryo can get nutrients and oxygen and all those, and then remove the waste materials more. Why important engine with the developing embryo, the fetus, we say the fetus more hay baby hinailo here. So the fetus and the maternal body is a mother apada maternal body abangom the endometrium, uterine lining aha blood vessels de ki join. Why ki join na pin khabang kichi placenta. All right. So what is placenta? You can write down now. What is placenta? It is a structural and a functional unit between the developing embryo fetus and the maternal body. Chini namu ya. The endometrium aha, blood vessels deha. Anu sisan alut ngai chu ahiya. The mother's blood has to go and then supply nutrients. So because we are going to create a new baby, right? Sisan kinay vekay mo ele ipianda ka. Iniwa ka sisan analut ay chuha sisan lut ben ka maternal body sisan ay chuha. So sisan chihong vitamins kong hilo le banga iron chihong anutin agayo chiya nga kinasag zeloy mo doctor ten ka. Hoy sisan atam ngai chu da sisan khaluta sisan loading chin haya kha naw nge kon pyang de changa mo. So that structural and functional unit, all right, and it is a combination of two, the trophobus layer which forms the chorionic villi, finger-like projections. It is embedded in the uterus, endometrium lining, and then the mother, so the maternal body, endometrium, it fuses and forms a structural and functional unit which is known as placenta. Clear mo? A function chu banga? Say mo le function chu. What will be the functions? It will facilitate the supply of oxygen, nutrients, yeah, waste, carbon dioxide, excretory waste materials, mole. And then placenta, that is a function. Another function here, which is very important, is that XII endocrine hormone. Hormone it can release hormone because now the girl is pregnant now, you know. So if she's pregnant, then there will be some hormones which are really needed during pregnancy, right? Why they release hormones like XII, human chorionic gonadotropin. Human chorionic gonadotropin. So I think you understood placenta, no? So it is a structural and functional unit of the fetus from the chorionic villi fuses with the endometrium lining of the mother. So that structure together is known as placenta. So placenta ka malem bang chorionic villi from the trophoblast here of fetus male plus bang maternal body male. Endometrium mo, don't forget endometrium higi yo. Endometrium aha, it is the blood vessels dekha. Endometrium blood vessels dekha. Bang tija fuses chipedi mo, fuses. The structure is called placenta. Mala. Chini echo. Anawngek ato anuwa mo tigom khom. Abana. It also XII banga endocrine hormone asichu hormone release ngai mo. Why hormone te bangale? Hai sunga HCG jikhong. Bana HPL textbook full form of dimo placental lactogen jikhong pregnancy hunaka anaw ta na poimo male abana placenta ho dewa ki omtheina form theina ding estrogen jikhong progesterone male very important progesterone ma hiloma mo endometrium lining to maintain the endometrium lining. What is very important? Progesterone hormone. Remember progesterone hormone is it is what released by placenta. Do you know another structure which releases progesterone? Corpus luteum. Nathilay ho ya corpus luteum mala. Ovary pada. Engine bana etc. mo. so twai chu HCG pen kha human chorionic gonadotropin ki chi mo hai pen chu pregnancy positive lo ki theina pen hai kha atu ya mo zona kha akimu changa kha hai kha positive ya negative ya gai lo chi pen kha mo HCG test chu pregnancy test pen kha hai kha large amount sam changa kha placenta in a release pen kha positive le negative pen kha ki thei zel mom and then they said oh it's has a on pregnant 20 hai pen kha chan da pregnant lo ki thei na mo HCG hai ti khong point bang khada producer placenta in produce thi siam mom hen chena bana placenta hitan hi phot tale abana embryo pen kha inner cell mass pen kha bang chi ki form de next naw ngek piang na ding anaw ngek bangon chi ki form de wayan le mo structure draw thak zel ngai ding hormones can kha pregnancy hun sung chawa hon ki release walun chin hoya pregnancy be cha be chi mai chu mala pregnancy chawa poi mo hina khatti kha hoite bangai chi le kon gal zol di HCG koma pregnancy positive lo chi theina mala HCG kha only pregnancy huna on engine placental lactose le bana relaxing chi khong le mo ete chu now de di kon changa muscle contract ne di khonga le relax thena di nga mo now gil ane wone khon lian in chin wai sunga chu hormones a control lo le chu male gu te hon ki ka ke changa khamo why huna hormones pregnancy hormones liu only during pregnancy we have some hormones which are very important so these are the hormones produce yeah adang te chu poimo gi ke ma ha pada le hai teng kha poi pregnancy hun chawa om diak dang te chu estrogen chi khong chu puberty hi da par om ngal ta chu follicle development di khonga ovary maintain di nga progesterone chu om gi ge chu corpus luteum endometrium thicken lining thicken di nga kha now ne ta om den chu progesterone level kha chi khong dang te chu tam thoma bana tom noi tuya tam de re dinga hormone le to honom di mo bana now ne hun chang chawa poi mo dak le honom di hoitel en to di so these are the three hormones which are produced only during pregnancy let's see the embryonic development pregnancy now we can say that she is pregnant yeah we can say that she's pregnant chichu HCG chorionic group HCG khata me changa hoi pen kha urine test kha hoi le ki thei mala ki blastocyst kha ki embedded ta ki implant tai changa kha the zona pellucida kha mala hoi pen le non lo inchin ki embedda placenta formation ta mo and then the inner cell mass will start dividing and form the embryo so let's see that part the later part of the embryonic development hai pen khabang trophoblast mala hai bang inner cell mass yeah inner cell mass bang chan bang khat embryo form the chila inner cell mass what happens is that it will start dividing okay slowly it will start dividing they'll start dividing and then they form layers right they'll form layers they'll form cells on form the cells on form the tom the window ni tom the khak la cha thai siam the khak le cha cells on form din chin inner cell mass kha banga on form ding apolam de wa kha direct in gen mate like hypoblast epiblast to hypoblast to form a sound chin hoi pana epiblast penin kha banga form ding chile textbook achu ectoderm it will form ectoderm which will form the epidermis of the skin mod now next skin khong and form den chin hain kha loi pen kha endoderm mole endoderm chin hai pen kha like if it's like this is and this is the inner one will be endoderm asung pen atung pen kha ectoderm hi dicha ectoderm hi den asunga kha mesoderm om di why so adro di dan liom lo mo hai sung la hong bang hi tele let's see if you open it those inside it will be mesoderm which will be formed later male asung pen ha hai kha ectoderm endoderm mesoderm and so these are the 3 germ layers kichima 3 germ layers which are sex germ which are sex cells they are germ cells they are 3 germ layers kichi body layers which kichi lo germ layers in gem so these 3 germ layers so this side I will write down inner cell mass will form what 3 germ layers white bang number 1 ecto number 2 endo between it is mesoderm here so this process is known as gastrulation gastrulale kichi the textbook om se lo mo hilele extra kon ge mo gastrulation textbook reference book down achum thodi blastocyst blastula ma blastula to gastrula hong difference om zen khak le kha gastrula kichi hai process ka 3 germ layers on form changa kha anjin ectoderm chu kachi banga form du ectoderm in kha outer layer mole kha 3 germ layers or 3 layer structure of an embryo yeah 3 layer structure of an embryo ectoderm in banga form din epidermis ko epidermis of the skin ko mole tamatam chu nervous system na thia olola kha na nervous system teo kha anki form ding the brain wa pada nervous system all those simultaneously will happen so it's the creation the creation of the baby chidi ha very beautiful and very interesting mo I think asungan om vegage ya sunga kha endoderm ben kha tampia kha na heart on ki form cha so heart kha it is the first the heartbeat kha cardiovascular heartbeat kha ki zama sapien mo cardiovascular system on form the skeletal aguk ti on ki form pan ta di cha naw ye pen fetus pen kha muscular male muscles khong muscular system endoderm hi la chu inner lining khong male inner lining a tun urinary bladder chi khong la inner lining om male inner lining ki ne swak ko inner lining ti khong kha mis endoderm hai pin kha endoderm di hai kha halai ki pin kha mesoderm inner lining ti khong example mo urinary bladder chi khong so slowly kha so this inner cell mass is the one which will form the embryo the fetus and then the cells they rearrange themselves so that they can form each of them they differentiate some say okay I'm going to form the heart I'm going to form the skin I'm going to form the skeleton I'm going to form the muscles so that differentiation of the 3 germ layers of an embryo that is known as gastrula right or gastrulation the process is gastrulation the structure is gastrula which has the 3 germ layers or the 3 layer structure 3 germ layers or we can say 3 layer of an embryo male inner cell mass ya male 3 layers of embryo or 3 germ layers so this is it ta kha olola kha cha ki form din chin ya kha anaw nge kha on ki form ta di cha anaw nge kha on ki form ta di cha olola kha now we can form tadi bana haya kha anu to haya placenta mole anu to ana aki piak to ana why substances the transport of substances kha it is known as umbilical cord function bang gidi transport of substances mole transport of substances from the placenta to the embryo. This embryo which will form simultaneously. The ectoderm will form the epidermis of the skin, nervous system. Mesoderm will form the cardiovascular, the heart, the skeleton. Endoderm will form the inner lining of all the body organs. And then after 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 7 weeks, 21, and then 3 months, 4 months, 9 months on the now now chidi now piak ta mo now piak ta na chu na nu sunga kha ki form da na chu Nelzoukim male. So revise tale banga poi mo pregnancy when will we call a girl is pregnant mole right after the implantation, okay, just right after the implantation, no, the blastocyst, the chorionic villi, what happens, first of all, the zona pellucida is gone, all right, don't forget that. Chorionic villi will form the finger-like projections, and then it will go inside the maternal blood. Wait, just and it will be jointed, or we call interdigitated with the maternal blood, and then they'll form the placenta. The placenta, it is the structure which joins the fetus and the mother's blood, so that the nutrients, oxygen, and all they can be transported. And then the embryo, the inner cell mass, will be again divided into 3 germ layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm, okay, which will give rise to their own structures. And then there is an umbilical cord which is present, which agila para mala agil gui why pen kha umbilical cord pen kha pai tau ding in placenta ki join, and then umbilical cord will transport the substances mala. And then we also know that there are some hormones which are very important during pregnancy mala why ti kha bang HCG more positive to negative, pregnant or not technically, why pen kha bang tui din naging tao HCG ha ko yam din naging tao. Inner cell mass, ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm forms. So this liquid, why liquid how meju anawnge kha hon ki form janga kha anawnge form ne le anawnge kon ki form janga kha mo yai tui kha, the baby will float in the liquid, in the water bag that is known as what, high liquid pen kha bang kichi amniotic fluid kichi mo le amniotic fluid yai amniotic fluid eju. Hey, amniotic fluid apa rai chu nu me mo pasal determination of sex aki bang khatna le mo le bang ultrasound khong mo. So this is a watery fluid where the baby floats mo le all throughout happily inside. And this amniotic fluid if it is not there, then suddenly like the mother in a shock khong ne hilo le banga disease hilo le kipuk na banga siat suddenly a khathil bol khel khong ne hela kipuk na khong ne hela le. What happens is that why absorbed hinding the amniotic fluid is very important, because it accesses it prevents the baby, okay, from the resistant to diseases. So it is important. Amniotic fluid what do we do? The amniotic fluid acts as a shock absorber. Alright. And then the important hormones HCG, don't forget HPL, and then relaxin, which is produced only pregnancy, and don't forget that. So we know what is placenta, we know what are the 3 germ layers or the gastrula, and we know the ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm, what will it form in the future. And then we know what is amniotic fluid, which acts as a shock absorber. And we know what is function of placenta, the function of umbilical cord. Now this is pregnancy, and then the embryo is developed to the full potential. And then we also should not forget that the inner cell mass in which is the embryo, which will form the embryo, ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, it has stem cells in the age. Why is it can form new cells, tissues, and organs. The heart organ can form, the liver organ can form. Why think the inner cell mass in stem cells. So what are stem cells? They are the cells which has potency to give rise to tissues and organs. hoi zega kha inner cell mass kha stem cells nen hoi zega kha e khai chan ki form mo I heart hong I body ti hong embryo kha wa kha ki form to vek. So this is the end part of the embryonic development. Okay, don't forget. So next will be the I think this is it for now. Okay, we'll see the next one. We'll see what is it, a parturition.